So I have a question for you. Who would you really like to talk to? Anyone in history, who would you like to talk to? So for me, if you'd asked me this question this time last year, I'd have probably said Chaucer, Geoffrey Chaucer, who wrote in the 1300s. Now, I used to be an English teacher. I loved reading Chaucer and teaching it. It is so funny. A little bit rude in places, but really, really funny the way he takes the mickey out of the society and particularly the hierarchy of the society he lived in. Ask me that question now. And actually, I just want to talk to my mum. Sadly, I can't do that because my mum died of COVID in January of this year. So I really miss her, and so often I just want to talk to her. I think of things, I think, I must tell Mum about, and then I realise I can't tell her about it. So I'd love to talk to her. But you, who of the living and famous people would you like to talk to? When I was much younger, so about 40 years ago, when I was teaching Sunday school, I asked my group of Sunday school children who they'd like to talk to. And one little girl said to me, well, how do I get to talk to the Queen? I'd like to have tea with the Queen and talk to the Queen. Now, at that time, there was no Google to just go on and ask the question. And so I actually, the next day, the Monday after Sunday school, I phoned up Buckingham Palace. Literally just looked in the phone directory and phoned up Buckingham Palace. And I was told by the person at Buckingham Palace that commoners couldn't, she didn't use the word commoners, but that's what we are, we couldn't just ask for an audience with the Queen. But she did tell me that you could write, and the Queen does read the letters that are sent to her. It's usually then a lady in waiting who will reply, but that's sort of it. A little bit disappointing for this little girl who wanted to go and have tea with the Queen. But what struck me about this and why I've been thinking about it this week is that if you want to talk, not just to the Queen, but to the King of Kings, that's available to us every single moment of every single day. In the Bible, we are told time and time again that God is the King of Kings, the creator of the universe, and we can talk to him all the time, whenever we like. Last week, on Thursday morning, I put a post in the Hertford Heath News reminding people that the church is open between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoons for private prayer. And everyone was invited. You could come in, you could sit quietly, you could pray, you could light a candle, you could ask one of those of us who are there to open the church if we would pray for you or with you if you wish. You can just sit and pray yourself or just stand and pray, whatever you want to do. And light a candle at the front of the church, because that's a very lovely thing to do. And I also made a commitment that if anyone responded to that message that I put, that I would pray for them by name, for them and those they loved. I would pray for them during that hour. And I'm so delighted to say I had a really busy hour because over 40 people responded. So I prayed for over 40 people, for their families, for the people they care about, for their life situations in the church on Thursday afternoon last week. And it was such a joy because I got to talk to the King of Kings. And not only that, I know he listened to me. And I got to listen to him. So I'm going to put that post up again this week. So tomorrow, in the Hertford Heath News, I'm going to put the post up saying, come along for prayer if you want it. Come along for just a time to be quiet before God if you want to. And if you don't want to, if you want someone to pray for you, let me do that, because I'd love to. I'd really love to. I think it is the best thing to do. So if you see my post tomorrow, just like it, or put a smiley face or something, or tell me what you'd like prayer for, and I will be there and I'll be praying, because that's you giving me permission to pray and talk to the King of Kings. I'll be holding all of you in my prayers. God bless.